Welcome back to Noir Alley. This is Eddie Muller, and I am incredibly excited today because I am going to be joined for the presentation of Kiss Me Deadly by Max Allan Collins, who is one of the most prolific and prodigious writers of mystery and crime fiction, not only fiction, but he is also a historian of the genre. Probably, I would say that Max Collins is probably the guy who knows more about the history of crime fiction than anybody else. And he's here today because he has a very special relationship with the author of the film that you're about to see, Mickey Spillane. Max, thanks a million for joining us.
It's really great. I've loved the show from the beginning, and I've loved you even much longer, Eddie.
That's very nice of you to say. Yes, we do go back a little ways, although we rarely get to see each other, and it's unfortunate that we're having to reunite in this way instead of in person, but I'll take it any which way. Seriously, I hope people who are unfamiliar with your work take advantage of this opportunity to check out everything that you do. You've been writing an incredible, all kinds of series characters, the Nathan Heller historical crime series set in Chicago, the Quarry series, the Nolan series. I was a big fan of Ms. Tree, which was way ahead of the curve for a female private eye in the comics, and probably folks who maybe don't delve too deeply into crime fiction may know you as the author of The Road to Perdition that was turned into a 2002 film with Tom Hanks, Paul Newman, and Jude Law that was quite great.
Thank you, Eddie. Thanks so much.
You are more than welcome, sir. So I want to get into this and talk about Kiss Me Deadly, but we need to preface this by saying that you have a very special relationship with Mickey Spillane. Give us some background on how that came about and why that relationship is so special.
Well, as a kid, I loved the books, the Mike Hammer books, everything Mickey did. And this goes back to when I was 12, 13 years old. As a young fan of the Mike Hammer novels, I wrote Mickey probably 100 letters. And then I ended up being something of a defender of his when I learned how controversial he was and that he wasn't accepted by literary lights the way Hammett and Chandler and James M. Cain were. So I published a lot of articles in fanzines and in various magazines defending him. And in 1981 at the BoucherCon, which is the big mystery fan convention, Mickey was brought in because it was held in Milwaukee, he was brought in by the Miller Company because he was doing all these fantastic Miller Lite commercials. So I was asked to be the liaison between the convention and Mickey. And so they took me up to the hotel room, and the guy representing the convention knocked on the door. Mickey came to the door, and the gentleman said, "Well, Mickey, this is Max Collins." And Mickey says, "Well, I know Max. We've been corresponding for years." I said, "That's right, Mickey. 100 letters from me, 1 letter from you." And he had written me a letter when my first 2 books came out, and I sent him copies. So after that, we became incredible friends.
So I want to get into this and talk about Kiss Me Deadly. He didn't like the way Buzz Bizzarrides adapted it. What do you think makes the movie so remarkable?
Well, let me say, too, Mickey was being facetious because there's a lot of his book in this movie. And in fact, what happened was they were trying to subvert Mike Hammer, but at the same time, they're going out with a best-selling novel that everybody who came to it was familiar with. And everybody who would go to that movie, most of them would be Mike Hammer fans. So the movie is a very interesting push-pull where you've got this undercurrent criticizing Mike Hammer and his behavior, but he's still the hero. He's still the guy you follow through the movie, and he's the most competent person in the movie, and he's a juggernaut. And he's actually he's not really sadistic. Yes, he slaps people around, but that's because they're not giving him the information he needs to solve the mystery.
Plus, it's film noir. I mean, if you're looking for good guys, you're not going to find them in this movie, right? I mean, everybody is pretty dastardly in this film from start to finish.
Yeah, it's an amazing film noir. The way it's shot, the various camera angles, that one incredible sequence, which is right out of our friend Joseph Lewis, that long shot into the gym where we follow Hammer up the stairs, and he and his friend, who is a person of color. Most of Mike's friends are persons of color, by the way. or otherwise ethnic. He's an outsider like they are. That scene lasts, I don't know how long. Seems like 5 minutes. The camera follows him. It's an amazing, amazing scene.
There's also a famous story about the ending of this film, but we're going to leave that for afterwards so that people who haven't seen the movie will just experience this totally cold, like audiences saw it when it was first released. And we'll be back afterwards, of course, to discuss that original ending. Right now, with that wonderful setup by Max Allan Collins, prepare yourself, strap yourself in to your little MG, because we are taking a ride. Here we go. Mickey Spillane's Kiss Me Deadly.